Hello everyone, today we're going to do something a little different than normal, but I think it'll be kind of fun. I'm going to start by having absolutely nothing. No notes, no TCG player in front of me, no limitless, no nothing. I'm going to make a deck and I'm going to play that deck. While I'm making it, I'm going to talk through why I'm making the deck the way that I am, and I want to make a Salazzle EX deck. But without further ado, we'll get into it. We need to drip out our deck as well, and I plan on talking through why I do some of the things that I do as we go forward. So we are going to need at least some fire energy, and we're going to get some of the basic, trainer cards that you always need. We are going to get 2 or 3 lilies. We'll get some boss's orders. And this can switch up a little bit as we go. We will get 2 Hildas, Pokey Pads, and we'll get some Buddy Poffins. And I will start getting a few stadiums at the very least. And let's... Oh, I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. Let's start getting some of our Pokemon together, because I always get that wrong. Anyway, we'll go with Magmar and Magmortar. And the reason that I add this into it is because Magmortar allows you to have 3 damage counters when your opponent's Pokemon is burnt, if it's, on your deck at all. So Pecharunt and Toxic Subjugation is a crazy card. We'll get at least 2 of them. I'm trying to think if I want to add any kind of draw Pokemon into it as well. But, I kind of do want to back up for Salazzle if it ends up not working. And I don't really know what I want to do for it just yet, but this is primarily going to be a fire type deck. So we could go through here. It would be kind of funny if I tried to do something a little extra like Ethan's Ho-Oh, but I don't intend on making this an Ethan's Typhlosion line. Uh, Maybe an Incineroar. I don't know. I don't think it really fits here. I'm trying to think of all the things that I could do. Like Mega Camera, I never really see anywhere. But at the same time, I don't really know if that's really what we want for this deck. Because it does burn them, but we are trying to go really quickly. And this is one of the things that I saw in one of the last videos we did with Rapidash. It is a draw card, so maybe I'll come back to that. But we will get Sandlit, or Salandit, I don't know how to pronounce that. And we will get 4 of those, and then a Salazzle. We will get 3 of those. And I don't know, maybe I'll get 1 Cinderace just so I can start kind of accelerating as fast as I possibly can. And I don't think there's anything else that I could do. Burn is very nice, don't get me wrong. Spiky Shell could be a way to start setting up. So we have a good amount of Pokemon. We have our main guys right here. And I'll add in 1 more Magmortar. I will get a few more energies. A mist energy in there just because. And I am going to Prime Catcher it. That should do really good for me. I have my Pokemon set up the way I do because this guy is going to be the backup for if our, Pechurunts are knocked out. But, I mean, one important thing is I'm going to be getting Lana's Aid, and that gets me any Pokemon that don't have a rule box. So I will be able to get the Pechurunts back, and I will also be able to get basic energies back. So basically every single energy will be fine except for this mist energy here. And I might do a where is it at? Prism energy. Am I slow? There it is. It's down in the corner there. It was hiding from me. And I will get rid of at least 1 of those. This might be way too much energy, but we will come back to that in a few moments. Because the reason I'm doing that is I might need to attack with Pecharunt eventually at some point. And if I need to do that, I would rather have the option to as opposed to not have the option to. I want my Pokemon to, kind of be useful under all circumstances. I'm not going to probably need 3 Poffins, because the thing is it can't get the Pecharunt with it, though it will be able to get the Sandies right here. I do think that many Pal Pads would be good. Crispin will be absolutely useless this time around, so unfortunately we will not have that, that same type of acceleration. Uh, I'm going to be using Lycia, or at least one of them, because I think it's really important that I bring forward the Pokemon that I need to, knock out. And if I am able to pull forward a Pheasantipede, and I'm going to grab 2 of them just in case. So we will get rid of Lycia, and we will keep scrolling. Carmine is good. I just don't think it's going to be useful for us. Counter Gain, I think that'll be good kind of as a backup. I feel like a lot of people don't use Poke Tools when they most certainly could. We'll get an energy retrieval, of course. That's almost always a good thing to have. Energy, I don't think Energy Switch is going to help us as much. Fire Breather, that I feel like that's doing too much for this deck. Hand Trimmer could be something. I do want some hand kind of manipulation going on. I do not want them to be able to kind of work their way through without me messing with them. Switch your active with when you're benched. I think I think this one could be a good one, mainly because I can do a little bit extra damage if I need to, or if I'm in a really bad spot and I can't set up properly, I can then swap my Salazzle into the front. So actually, I will get 2 of those, and I think I will probably end up getting 2 Surfers as well. Uh, Night Stretchers, give me a few of those. And I'm going to keep just adding things as I go down. I'm not really thinking kind of ahead, and you might be like, well, that makes sense, Mason, you never do that. Cool it. But no, it's Salvatore is no abilities. Salazzy doesn't have any abilities, so maybe we could go Salvatore. Because one of the big things is I want to get this set up really quickly, and with a Salvatore, I definitely can do that. We are back down to where we are, or were before. Okay, we got 2 Surfers going. I think a Petrol would probably be good. If you've ever watched this channel before, you know that I love Zoroark's. Zoroark belongs in almost every single deck. I don't see why you wouldn't have Zoroark. I honestly think it's better than Unfair Stamp. And yeah, it's a whole thing. If you've ever watched this channel before, you know that I have a problem with Zoroark. And then we will have some Petrols in there to be able to draw into what we need. I don't think we are going to need 3 Boss's Orders, especially when I already kind of have that manipulation with Lycia as well and Prime Catcher. We have 5 ways of bringing another Pokemon forward. So it is kind of crazy when we kind of think of it. I'm trying to think if I want any. I'm gonna go look at the megas to see if there's anything that could help me out here. Because my big thing is, for whatever reason, if fire doesn't work, if I could have one quick person, who would it be to be able to do this damage? And I don't really know if I have anybody really offhand that I'm thinking of that would be good. Because most of them need other things. Like Mega Emboar could be interesting, kind of as a big, like, super tanky dude, but at the same time, he also becomes a target. And when there's other decks like Mega Frostlass that are really common right now, it is a little scary to set up something like that. Like, I could have a Mega Lopunny, and I don't think that that would be too bad to do. I don't really think either of these matter for what I do. So we have our setup here. I need one more. I already have my Petrols, Lanas. There's definitely something I'm probably forgetting. But for now, we will rename it to Salazzy. What a good name. And then I'm going to drip it out just a little bit as we do while I try to think of a final card to add in. We'll throw them off a little bit by making them think I'm playing a Charizard deck when I'm not. But we will go back from there. And I really don't think I would need anything else. I already used an ace spec, so I can't use that. Yeah, I think we could probably just toss in one more of these. Uh, I'll toss in a Judge. I think Judge could be good. Oh, I almost completely forgot. I'm so glad that this popped up. Let me get rid of one Surfer and one Pokepad. Let me get one more Jungle. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I thought of Judge. And that will be our 60. And we will go through why I added all these. So we have, I'm going to move my camera a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. So you have Magmar here, of course, evolves into Magmortar. We talked about this one with putting more and more damage on your opponent in your checkup phase. So you do a ton of damage already, but that just adds more. Same thing with Pecharunt. So you have the Toxic Subjugation, 5 more damage counters. Why not? And then, of course, we have our Salazzy right here with Dire Nails. Dire Nails is an absolutely busted move. Cinderace, this is just something I could use to help set up quickly. And if I don't get it on opening with the ability Explosiveness, it's useless to me. So that's why I only have one. We have Turnt right here, and that is another kind of wall that would help get rid of energies. Then we have Lopunny as a really, I don't want to use it at all, but backup. It's like way in the backup. Then of course we have Lily's Determination. That's I think kind of self-explanatory. Same thing with Boss's Orders. Hilda is to try to draw into the Mega Lopunny or the Salazzys. Then we have Pokepad, and that's going to be to help set up the Magmortar or the Pecharunt. Then Poffin to get the mini Salazzys. Then Jamming Tower to mess with them if they have any type of, say, belt or something like that. Prime Catcher, that's self-explanatory. Lana's Aid to recover some of the Pokemon because I don't know how quickly I'm going to be able to set this up. Remember, this is just me coming up with random stuff as we go. I think this would be a good deck, but I might be wrong. Then we have Lycia's that is going to bring more Pokemon forward. I'm specifically hunting Phesandipides with this, but if we go up against a grass deck, I might go for like an Ogerpon or a Power-Up Meganium. Counter gain, that is for if we get behind for whatever reason, I will be able to use Lopunny, and Lopunny will also be able to punish anybody using Crustle or Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. Energy Retrieval, that one's self-explanatory. This has to do with switching and doing a little bit more damage. It's very versatile in that way. Night Stretcher, Salvatore for more acceleration. If it's really early on and I draw a Lopunny, why would I not? Or, excuse me, draw a Baneri. Why would I not go Lopunny and just start kicking the shit out of people? Surfer involves more switches to be able to get my Salazzle up front without burning through as many energies. Zoroark's, get rid of their cards. Petrol to help me select different things that I need, like Pokepad early on could be really nice, but later in the game, say a boss's orders could be nice for the next turn. Jungle, more and more poison. Judge, hand manipulation. Then we have Lilies again, as we got the whole way through. And Mist Energy is there only because if there are any effects, like say there is another Salazzle that I'm against, or Salazzy, as I'm going to call it, then that's where we go from there. So, I almost went in without setting it active. Let us play, and we'll see how we do. I have high hopes for this. I think it's a decent deck so far. I don't really know how well we're gonna do because I haven't gotten to test this and see if maybe I need one more Hilda or maybe I need one more something else. But I am going to increase this a little bit. You may have been able to see the name tiny bit there, but I think they'll be okay. Oh, that's a nice coin. was going to say we're just sitting here. We're not flipping the coin. I don't want to go first. I have no reason to go first. I know I want to set this up quickly, but I would rather be able to use some of my, like, supporters. And this is a pretty decent setup because I'll be able to get 2 Sandies down, and it appears at least, we are going against a Mega Charizard X. I don't know if I've ever saw an Oricorio on any other one, but I will say, I really don't like this Charmander. I think it is a great looking art, but when you're actually playing, I think the one from Phantasmal Flames is better because it has Agile and allows it to switch. So now we're playing into a role that really has... Wow, that is... I'm going to keep the bunny ear there, just in case. We are really setting up quite nice. The only thing is Dire Nails has 2 fire that we need, so we can Pokepad, get a Pecharunt to sit down. Like I said, Cinderace is absolutely useless to me to this game. So set that down. It is nice that I have these, but I don't really have any energy to be able to put on, and that's what I need right now. We can Jamming Tower just to mess with their head a little bit. And then I probably could Petrol to get something else a little later on. We could Salvatore, maybe. We could see what we draw into. But I really don't think that they're in that good of a scenario. And I really don't want to attack because I don't know what other cards they have. They could have a different type of setup, say with, I don't know, Monkey Dory in there. And if I start slinging extra damage early on, they might be able to pick off my Petron on the back line. And like I said, I was able to do damage this round. I chose not to just because I don't want to start just yet. They're not in a situation where they're going to be able to start doing damage yet, though they are getting kind of close and they will be able to next turn. Another Ascended Heroes card. It's a great looking art. It's just not as good, excuse me, as the other stuff. But I will probably list these appeal, depending on what I pull into. We will see. Hoping it's something good. Alright, Pokepad. It's not really what I wanted, but I can get 2 energies onto him. I will Pokepad, and I will start getting Tyranitar just in case. If he attacks me, he's going to discard things anyway, so he may think twice before attacking me too much. And we're going to gamble a little bit to get a Salazzy. And unfortunately, I did not get one. I'm going to retreat just to save a little bit. I do intend for this Tyranitar to die. I don't intend on him staying around. But what was nice is we pulled a Hilda. And we'll see how that goes. Because chances are he's very close, if not already has the Mega Charizard. Alright, he can attack once. He will not be able to one-shot, which is nice. And this is something that could also go into this deck. If you're going to use the Tyranitar, you might be able... He's not really super tanky, but in 4 scenarios like this, you might be able to get like a Monkey Dory. I just don't think Monkey Dory really fits in this set as much. So let me use a Hilda. Let's get a Salazzy in there. And I think a Mist Energy could be good for a little later on. But keep in mind, Mist Energy is really just a super backup if I already have 2 on this guy, and I don't. So there's no reason for me to use it. And in fact, I'm just going to sit out the rest of my turn. I don't have a Perilous Jungle, unfortunately. I might be able to get one this next turn, but if I am able to, I am going to, of course, have him kill my Tyranitar, and then I'm going to Boss's Orders forward the Charmeleon if he does not evolve it this turn. But we will see what he does, because if not, I could Surfer and bring forward the Salazzy, so I will be able to work in different ways. So I have things that I could do. Not necessarily the best scenario for me at the moment. I wish I put in a switch or two in here, but, well, I dug this grave, so I am going to need to sit in it. Surfer, bring forward, Salazzy. Um, what is the condition to draw? Oh, if I had less than 5 cards. Okay. Um, Sandlet, I don't really need right now. I don't really need anything in here too super bad, but it would be kind of nice to start setting up my energies a little bit more because that is something that I'm going to need. We can Dire Nails, and I will switch back to Pecharunt. He might die this turn, depending on if he wins or loses his flips. So we will see. So it seems like he failed his flip. All right, he has one little breath of life left. We'll see if he uses it to knock me out. And if he doesn't, well, good on him. I do think a Monkey Door could be good in scenarios like this as well, because he is now going to be able to start damaging me, and I'm not going to be able to attack his Oricorio because, well, as you just saw, it gets healed as it goes back. And I'll move my camera a little out of the way so you can see it. I'm still trying to see why, like, best placement for it. So yeah, right now I'm in a good scenario. I'm not the happiest with where I'm at. Of course, I wish I could have killed that Oricorio. I probably should have attacked him that first turn, but I really couldn't know. I don't know if I would do that if I was him. I hope he realizes that if I get brought forward again, I am bosses ordering his Oricorio forward, and I will sacrifice my Tyranitar. I do not care. That is what he is there for. He is one hit away from dying, and he should be excited turboing forward at least one extra energy. I don't know what he's doing. But I am really hoping that I draw into another Salazzy. Having 2 on the bench really just kind of is that oppressive amount of stress against you because it is such a good card. And I just realized the music isn't playing. Sorry, you guys. It's like the Subway Surfers when you watch TikToks. How are you supposed to go? Is he really done? Dude, we were having such a good game, though. That's so sad. You know, just getting into a scenario like this is really disheartening because we were having a good game. Well, Salazzy, I'll boss his orders. And if he didn't rage quit before, I'll make him rage quit now. I don't know what to tell you. He died before his checkup. Yeah, I am kind of sad about that because, well, I mean, this is already a relatively long video of me just setting up the deck. I might play another one depending on how long this guy takes because I am not going to concede this for time. He can go screw himself if he wants me to. May not be the most polite thing of me to say, but you know, I will sit here as long as I need, and I'll just play against myself. I can Perilous Jungle. I can keep setting up and keep setting up. I'm going to attach. If he doesn't come back, I'm attaching a Prism Energy to Pecharunt, and then I'm going to bring Salazzle forward. Then I'm going to Lilies, see if I can pull forward something else to help me damage a little bit more. And if I can't, I can't. That's really how it's going to end up being. I like this card a lot. I think it looks really cool. I didn't realize that this was, like, one of the major promos in one of the ETBs, or at least a variation of it. There's another Salazzy. We are going to back out. And this is not how I wanted to win this game. I felt like we had a good thing going, and we just don't. But one thing I really am not kind of understanding about this game, at the very least, is sometimes at the very beginning of matches, you just like time out and lose immediately, but other times you don't. Like here in this scenario, I understand we're in the middle of the game, so like maybe they're giving him like some leeway, but at the same time, like what are we doing? Like he's just sitting here. It's been 2 full turns of him not doing anything. I understand there's the emergency bathroom break. But really, right now, in the middle of the game, we've played for at least 10 minutes now. I don't know exactly how long it's been, but yeah, I mean, we both spent a decent amount of time. This deck has done fairly decent so far. I wish I had a little bit more energy acceleration, but as far as I know, there isn't a Wondrous Patch equivalent for fire types. Fire types just are kind of in limbo, because right now, everybody loves rock types, everybody loves psychic types. And of course, we won. I am going to actually play one more game. I've made that executive decision, and if you couldn't tell, this is very off the cuff. I am actually just doing this as I go forward. I hope you guys are enjoying this channel as we go through it. And the thing is I enjoy doing this. I hope you subscribe. I hope you let me know what you think about this channel. And if you are enjoying it, I believe it's like over 97% of my watchers are not subscribed. So if you're interested and you actually do like this channel, or at least find some value in it, please subscribe. Please let me know if I'm doing well. And if you don't like something I do, let me know. Put it in the comments. And also, if you have watched our channel before, you know that I like playing my viewers' decks and like testing them out, so I can put in new cards and other things like that. And I run 2 battles per episode usually, one of purely their deck and one of my own kind of spin on their deck. And I'll be honest with you, my viewers are usually doing better than I am. There was a Mega Fraligator deck that I did recently that, man, it was such a good episode. If you haven't seen that, I recommend you do. If you're looking for fun decks to play, both decks. Both decks won, and they won in a spectacular fashion. So let's get these guys going. I don't know. I'm going to guess this is an Enzorark deck, because I think if it would have been like a couple months ago, I would have guessed, oh, it's a Gengar deck. That's cool. I wonder which Gengar, if it's Mega Gengar or if it is the I can't remember, just regular Gengar EX. I forget what its ability is, but it's the one where when it attacks me, it switches around my energies and really just kind of disrupts everything. So we'll see how this goes. He can't Petty Grudge me or do anything this turn, so I'm not worried about that. Oh, if I had to guess, he's Mega Gengaring it. Okay, we can Lilies. Pecharunt needs to go up there anyway. Perilous Jungle. I don't want to put any energy onto Magmar. He really kind of is sacrificial this turn. Really nothing else that I would want. We'll go with a Sandy. I know that I could have Buddy Poffined for that. But right now, it's really just about getting set up, because I have the Hildas for the next turn, and he likely will be able to kill me relatively soon. I'm literally just going to leave the Magmar there. I have no real drive to do anything with it. I could use a Surfer in the future, or the Kirin, or however you're supposed to pronounce that name, and swap my Pokemon. Kind of the same style of attacking that you've seen with my Mega Lopunny deck. This deck reminds me of it so much, but it does it better. You know how sad that is? It does it better than my own creation. I really like the Salazzy deck. I really cannot think of a more fun deck that I have seen to play. One that is really annoying to play against, especially, is this deck right here with the Mega Gengar in it, because I can just start killing them and it won't mean a single thing. But that is why we have so many boss's orders or dragging people forward. I'm killing that Pheasantipity. Mark my words, if I don't get to do anything else this game, that Pheasantipity is going down. I might add a Pheasantipity to this deck, speaking of Pheasantipity, just because it's a good Pokemon. Helps draw, of course, very well. And if this Magmar gets knocked, I can easily Night Stretcher it back, because getting that Magmortar to do a little bit extra chip damage, especially against a deck like this, which has a very tanky kind of central focus on that Mega Gengar, because everything here super relies on this Gengar getting powered up and getting good. Okay. I'm not sure why he would have 2 Mega Gengars. There's no, as far as I'm aware, there's nothing good for that because I'll let Void Gale go through. Yeah, he's okay. He's just gonna go switching back and forth between them. That makes sense. But the thing is effective Shadowy Concealment doesn't stack. So really what he's doing doesn't matter too much to me, but I'm gonna Dire Nails. I also have, you know, the ability to get my Magmortar up next turn, so I'm going to be doing that extra damage, and I'm going to be doing a lot of damage this turn. If my Pecharunt... Okay, he passed it. Still doing 60 damage, though. I really could kill this guy in 2 turns, which is kind of nuts. If I really want to, I could Jamming Tower and sacrifice my own Perilous Jungle, because I do have another one. But I don't know if I want to do that just yet, because I don't know how much damage the poison's going to do to him beforehand. Because if he switches, it really just wastes. Oh. Well, that makes my life a little bit easier. Because he would know that, Perilous Jungle doesn't really do anything, but at the same time, he just healed himself. So, what do I want to do? I'm not really in the best of scenarios at the moment. I'm going to hold on to these and just end my turn. I don't have any energies in there, unfortunately. Hopefully, I will draw into a Lilies or a Hilda. Hilda could be nice to get a Baniri going, because if, for whatever reason, my Salazzy goes down, I don't really care about Toxel. Survivor is interesting, but it is not going to do anything to me. Oh, wait, no. I apologize. I misunderstood what Survivor did. I thought Survivor was if I had one, it attacks more to me, but that is untrue. I was incorrect. Yeah, I have no reason to do anything this turn. Yeah, I'll let it sit. Because nothing I do is going to deal any damage, and he doesn't need to send any actual... When I say damage, I mean prize cards. Yeah, I can't do anything to him at the moment, because I can't take any prize cards. There's no reason for me to really attack. But we are at a point where if I have a boss's orders, I'm going to deal a lot of damage to him, and I'm going to put in a Jamming Tower. I don't think dealing damage is really going to do anything right now. Who's he going to attack with? He's bringing forward his Survivor. Why would you bring... I don't understand this guy very much. I will be very honest with you. I guess his Survivor wasn't fully powered up, but why he wouldn't just keep Toxel there? I don't know if he realizes that I wasn't attacking for a reason. Risky Runes, that's okay by me. We'll put another energy on that guy, and I will sacrifice my Baniri. Dire Nails. Because we are at the point where I am dealing a lot of damage. So we will see. So I think he passed it, but that also does like an additional amount of damage. So this game is really weird at calculating some of the additional like effect damages. I don't think it does it correctly. Because sometimes when you put down a Pokemon and it's supposed to do damage to it, it actually ends up just, you know, healing it when you switch it to certain areas when it shouldn't heal it. Is he going to retreat or is he going to attack? Retreat, I'm guessing? No, he's going to Lilies. Okay. So much for thinning your deck a little bit. I guess he doesn't need to. I really want the Salazzy, I will say that. If I can get another Pecharunt back, would be very nice. Very nice indeed. But I like Mega Gengar as a deck. I don't know if I found something necessarily that it would work with just yet, because I feel like Mega Gengar needs to work with something like this. But if you were to have, like, I don't know, like, a way to mix it into, like, Grimmsnarl, like Marnie's Grimmsnarl, I think that could be kind of cool. But I just haven't found one of people doing that yet, or an example, excuse me, of people doing that. Alright, Mega Lopunny. We really are not in the best of places right now. We'll just Jamming Tower. Dire Nails. And I'm going to send my other Sandwit back forward. Salandit. He might die this turn if he fails. Oh, maybe? No. He is going to get a little bit more time, and if he retreats, he stays alive, of course. There's really not anything I can do much of this turn. Sinister Surge. It'd be really funny if you put it on Gengar, because it'd kill it, so... how sad. I don't know why he keeps just putting extra stuff. Like, I wonder how many energies he has total. A Monkey Dory in this deck would be kind of nice to be able to snipe, because even with that Mega Charizard deck that last game, it kind of really would have been nice. I hope he's still here. Why are you just sitting here doing nothing? Come on, buddy, please. Just retreating. Yeah, okay, he is here. I'm guessing Survivor. Yeah, that makes sense. Am I able to swap if there's nobody here? That's interesting. I haven't thought of that. He's going to be doing big damages next turn. With 240 damage, I believe he'd be get really close to one-shotting me. I don't think he realizes that Jamming Tower does nothing with that. Or makes that do nothing. Though, that is kind of scary, I will admit. Yeah, we have Salazzy. Please give me a boss's orders. Oh my goodness. Okay. I do need some type of switch up. And I only have one energy in here. I do not want to use that. I think it's time to judge. Maybe, yeah, I'm judging him. Maybe I get something good. Alrighty. Alrighty, we do have something working for us, at least. Not much, I will say, not very much. But with Lana's aid, we will be able to pull back some other things. Of course, Sir Viper dies. Doesn't do anything, though. Lana's aid, it'll get me back the Pecharunt, the Baniri. But if they are able to pull me forward or do anything... Because right now, they're able to one-shot just about every single one of my Pokemon. And maybe this isn't the best of matchups for the Salazzy. But at the same time... Okay. He's just mocking me at this point. I really don't understand his bench. I don't know why he has a Toxel and a Toxtricity. Having another opening for like a Mega Sharpedo or a Carvana. It's not a Nirvana, it's a Carvana. But having another opening for that would be pretty good. I would think. He's taking damage, I'm guessing, from the back Gengar, but I have no clue anymore. Yeah, it's he's just confusing me with his actions a little bit, so that's fine. It doesn't really matter. Void Gale, yeah, dead. And that is likely the game. If I would have had a little bit more wiggle room with getting, say, Alana's Aid or something like that a little bit earlier, just keep in mind we made this deck together starting out this video. Putting that there does nothing for me. An extra 30 damage, why not? Let's go! 130, plus all that, 300. He's burnt. He failed his burn test. He might just swap, and that would just ruin everything. I'd probably just concede at that point, because he can, in fact, one-shot me. But if he's run out of, say, for example, energies, because he has been throwing a lot around, I'd be very surprised if he was, though. And he's bringing one back, and he is going to kill me this turn, and I will concede. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was a little bit more off the cuff than some of my other ones, but if you enjoyed this, let me know. Drop me a subscribe or drop a comment below. If you want to like the video, you can. If you don't want to, don't like it. If you want to submit your decks below, I cannot wait to see some of your guys' decks. They're where I get some of my good ideas for implementing other things into my own decks as well. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you back very soon.